Alright, fellers and fellerettes, I'm going to be replacing the temporary fix here on my 2000 Holiday Rambler. The water supply drain tube here was leaking, the valve was leaking. Perfect. Nice thing about these, it's a nice even cut, well, for the most part. But it doesn't pinch it, because if you use scissors or cutting tool, it'll pinch that. Then you got to flex it back out. But not too shabby. All right, in case you're wondering of what materials I'm using, this is PEX B from Home Depot. I chose white because it's cheap. I think it was $2.50 maybe for a 5-foot length. So I just cut what I need. I'm only going to probably use a foot of this, if that. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so now I'm just going to remove this little guy, if I can get to it. Why y'all twist it up? There you go. I'll be reusing this clamp here to attach the PEX to this brass line. Let's see if it's gonna fit. All right, I do believe it will. So we put the clamp on there and finish this up. All right, little semi-pro tip. Always make sure you face this where you can get to it easily with the screwdriver. I like to tighten them down just a hair, just a touch, to make sure it's in the right spot. Just gonna press that on like so. All right, a little too tight. Slip that up there and tighten her down. All right, this little guy is a 6mm. I'm gonna tighten it down with this. Make sure we're going the right direction. Just wrench on it until this thing doesn't rotate on its own. I don't want to go too tight because then I will strip the little guy. That might be it. All right, this part spinning is okay because that's got a gasket. This is not moving, so that's good. So I'm going to turn the power on to the rig. I'm going to turn on the pump, and you all are going to tell me before I know if this thing leaks or not. I'm going to make sure this valve is off. No, that's on. That's off. All right, right back. All right, how we do? We got some leakage. Where are we leaking from? Looks like we're leaking out the top of this. All right, well, at least this part's not leaking, but we're gonna have to tighten this up somehow. Or I'm gonna have to use a new fitting, because this one was a little corroded from the last fitting, so I hate to replace all these, but I might have to. All right, so unfortunately my mic stopped working on my camera. I figured out that the press-ons basically have an O-ring on the inside, so I said, hey, I've got O-rings. So I went and grabbed some from the house, and in the next clip you'll see how I got it to work. All right, so in this one I found the thinnest, or actually next to the thinnest O-rings that I had. Tried pushing it on, wasn't really working. It was forcing the O-rings off. So that's why I decided to go with a smaller one. So here's a neat little trick. I was having a hard time getting the smallest O-ring onto the fitting. So I put it over the socket that was a little bit larger than the nozzle, and it slipped right on. Fantastic. So I actually ended up putting 2 O-rings on using the socket method. All right, I was able to force the PEX over the top of the O-rings without slipping them out of the grooves. Worked really good. Then I slipped the band clip up, tighten that up. Here I'm hooking up the power. It runs for a little bit. You can see it vibrating. Really wish I had audio from the actual video take, but whatever. It pressurized. It did not leak at all from up there. So really happy with the way it came out. The only downside is, oh, here I'm showing you the O-rings again. Great. And over on the back, you'll see that I used the smallest here, which is the 5/8 inside diameter and 13/16 outside diameter. Only 3/32 wide. So the thinnest O-ring that I had fit over that brass nozzle and allowed me to put the PEX over. The other thing I didn't realize I did is I put the valve in backwards. Great. So meaning it should have been flipping up instead of down, but it still works. Overall, very happy with the way it turned out.